I'm a graphic designer. I studied graphic design. I wanted to do studio art first, but it was kind of difficult and it was not the right moment. So I did graphic design, and after that I went and did studio art. So I have that background. This combination at a certain point also creates maybe a little bit of conflict, because you don't know where graphic design ends and where art begins. And that's why I decided to do my master's in art, in studio art, just to make that difference. And I think after 3 years at UTRGV, I found the answer I was looking for. The main point is that when you're doing graphic design, you are working to find an answer to the needs of someone else. When you're doing art, you're finding your own answers to your own problems in what you're looking for as your expression. And that could be, I don't know, painting, design, or photography. So, and I think as a result of that, I came to this project with that in mind, I guess. And it just kind of evolved each time. I mean, going out each weekend to take more and more pictures. And this was like during, I don't know, a period of maybe 3 years, going out and exploring the valley. And it was interesting to find what I did and just take a second look of what it was always there. I was thinking that maybe this could end up in a more than an exhibition. I really had in mind doing a photo book, a book about photography. And this is like the immediate, let's say, immediate reality where I am right now. And I think that is like important to everyone who's looking for inspiration. Like sometimes you think you have to go elsewhere, far away, have, different experiences. And I mean, you certainly can, but also it's like just looking around of where you are and what you have, and just go with your instinct to represent, capture, or do your project. For my final exhibition at doing my MFA, it did start with this idea, but it was more just in the city. Like, and that one was called Stoic States. And so I went like just in McAllen, going around and taking pictures of spaces and locations that were interesting to me. So at the beginning, I was just thinking that this could be the continuity of that project, and I was gonna call it Stoic States. But I thought that because it was just getting me out of the city and going more around the valley, it's what happens when you pass through something and you see something that just stops you in your tracks, and you go back and look at it again. And the video that you're going to see in the exhibition, it's you see it and you might think that is a photograph, but it's actually a video. I mean, it's a moving image. It moves very subtle. So you have to have this moment or this act of contemplation. You have to get to that complete stillness to connect with that moment, with that image you're looking at that moment. And this will create a new image in your head. So it's not only what you're seeing, but what's going on in your head that has to do maybe with memories, past experiences, or what you think about what's going to happen in the future. So when you have that connection, the only way you can have that connection is in complete stillness. So I'm bringing that space to you through that video so you can have that experience. I think architecture is just one of the elements. but I would think that also the connection is the part that I'm more interested in. So, of course, you can see one of the houses or buildings or even churches that are there, and think about, you know, the style of the design of the house, how they represent also the taste of the people on where they want to live, how they envision their future at that moment in that house, you know, with that color and those trims, or, you know, very, very personal, right? But it's just one of the elements. I mean, it was not about only architecture, because, like I said, I love architecture, but I was more into that conceptual idea of that connection through stillness. Yeah. And this is like not only the identity of that person without a house, but at the end it becomes the identity of the entire community. So I myself, like, I have lived, even though I was born in Matamoros, I was raised in Rio Grande. All my family is from this side, in the States. So when I was a child, I would obviously be here almost every weekend and all summer, and, you know, just with family. And it's very interesting, like, going back, now that I've been going back to those places when I was a kid, and see how it did transform itself or change or completely disappear. So I think that experience is what I take with me, but this is something like we all have in common, us, because it represents the valley, the people who live here and being here, you know, for a long time. And this tradition of I mean, from both sides of the border, and which I think give way to a third kind of culture. So yeah, I mean, this is the identity of the community itself. Yeah, I think it's interesting to see something here in the gallery and then go out and know where those places are, or just pass through them and then go back, oh, maybe that was in the exhibition. I remember when I was doing my studio art degree, and I was in Belgium, and it was so incredible to talk about art history and then go out to a museum and see that piece. And this is, it reminds me of that, like, you come here, you see a piece. I mean, I'm not saying that this is, I'm just saying that that you have that connection you can make with what you're gonna see here. You're gonna go around the valley, you know, and it would be great. I have to figure out how to invite people to send me maybe places to continue this project, and that would be incredible for me, just to give continuity.